All right, so we'll continue from where we left off last week. Last week, we started discussing transforming your belief to activate your desired outcome. Transforming your belief to activate your desired outcome. We had a lot of conversation last week, and we could not conclude because of different questions and comments that we had. I'm hoping we'll be able to talk a little bit more about some of those questions today. And I understand the way we feel about some of the conversation we have here sometimes because it can be very uncomfortable, particularly if you have been deep into a practice and then you are now seeing what you have been or learned or understand for many years being shattered just by one evening conversation. Let me start tonight by saying that we can understand God by studying the work of his hand. He said, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Another translation says that God's eternal power and character cannot be seen. But from the beginning of creation, God has shown what this looks like by what he has made. And that's why those people don't have any excuse. So I would like to say that some of the languages used in scriptures are based on the limitation and understanding of the people at that time. If the scripture is going to be written today, I'm sure you hear words like energy, frequency, and vibration. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Love, joy, and peace make you to be at a high frequency of vibration. But anger, hatred, and fear make you to be at a low frequency of vibration. That is why, as long as you are in Christ, which means you are full of love, joy, and peace, evil power cannot harm you because you are above them due to your frequency of vibration. God has set forth different systems on the earth, and these have made him not to interfere with the way earth operates every time. Some of these systems include water cycle, carbon cycle, phosphorus cycle, nitrogen cycle. He has also put in place a system to enable every human to manifest their heart desire. And this is the focus of this series on unveiling divine operating system for manifestation. So we started discussing last week the issue of belief. Remember what we discussed last week, the fact that after a while, belief merges with your identity such that you cannot separate yourself from it. And, when you are having a conversation with someone and the conversation affects your core belief and you react and you find it difficult to accept rather than step back and re-examine your belief again, it's a sign that you and your belief are now one. And the reason is because the part of the brain where identity is stored is exactly the same place where belief is formed. So at the end of the day, they merge together. And you see yourself, it's like anybody that touched this touch you. Anybody that touched this thing, touch you. So I understand how uncomfortable this can be, but you know what? If we don't have some of the difficult conversation in our life, then we won't be able to change the way we live our life. We must have difficult conversation. In fact, let me tell you, if you find it difficult to accept a thought because of cognitive dissonance, that is the more reason why you should check what you believe again. That is the more reason why you should check what you believe again. Because you could have been deceived, or you could have believed half truth. You could have been deceived. I don't know why people find it difficult to check what they believe. There's nothing wrong. The Bible says the Berean Christian go back to check those things to be sure if they really are the way the apostle taught them. So you should check your belief. This thing you've been taught, is it really true? Or there is a modulation or modification or mutilation that has affected it and is affecting you. We believe 2 plus 2 is 4. What if 2 plus 2 is not 4? Just check it yourself. What if it's not 4? That means you believe a lie. So it's important to check. And I think this is something we owe ourselves from time to time. Now, please know that belief you have in your life is either serving you to manifest or self-sabotaging you to maintain the reality you don't want. Your belief is either self-sabotaging or serving you. And guess what? A belief that is not serving you is sabotaging you. A belief that is not serving you is sabotaging you. A belief that is not serving you is sabotaging you. So if you hold a belief, and we are going to maybe in next, because this will be a whole month series, a 5-week series. We still have 4 weeks to go. And in one of them, we're going to be discussing how to identify some of these belief systems, how you can identify it, how you can spot it. Because some of them are subconscious, so you're not conscious of it. But do you know the interesting thing? You're not conscious of it, but it's controlling your life. There are a lot of things that happen in your life that is your belief system, your subconscious mind is trying to protect you because your belief is such that this can destroy you or this is dangerous. And it's a lie. But he has imbibed that belief. So somehow you realize that you self-sabotage. Something just happened at the nick of time when you're supposed to get something and the thing just did not work out. Sometimes it might be that your body begin to shake or react because of a question being asked or a conversation you are having or the kind of number being called because of self-limiting belief. A belief that is not serving you is controlling you. It's sabotaging you. And guess what? It's going to make you remain on that level if you don't do anything about it. If your belief is controlling your life, if your belief is controlling your life, so if your belief controlling your life and leading you to where you don't want to be, then you need to change it. If you want to be employed, but you are holding the belief that there are no jobs, then you will enter the world where there are no jobs. If you need a relationship, but you hold the belief that all relationships are toxic, all men are scum, all women are harlot, you are going to remain in that world also. Then you will now see that you are unable to get that desired reality. And that belief now gets an artificial ego boost. Did you see that? Look, you believe there are no jobs. That makes you to be in a world where there are no jobs. So every time you apply, you're not getting the job. Because you are not getting the job, you get an artificial ego boost. I said it, there are no jobs. See, I've applied for 3 months now. I said it, there are no jobs. Or you believe there are no good men or good women out there. Then you now were in a relationship and then the lady messed up or the guy misbehaved. I said it, I said it. You have artificial ego boost that your belief is correct. The question then is that do you want to just be right in your life or you want to live in the right reality? Because some people just want to be right. I said it and it's true. Or I'm living in the right reality I want in my life. Do you subconsciously like being right rather than being in the right reality that you design your life. So if there is something you are lacking, you are going to subconsciously keep that thing away from yourself just to be able to show that you are right. You are going to subconsciously. That means you are not deliberately doing it, but subconsciously you are doing it. It will show in the kind of decision you take, in the kind of places you go. If there is something you are lacking in your life, you are going to subconsciously keep that thing away from your life just to be able to show that you are right. The belief that hold in your life are originated from two sources, either acquired or nurtured. Belief can be acquired or nurtured. Acquired belief become part of you either through experience of life that you went through or through observation. An acquired belief, you acquire it through experience of life that you have gone through or through observation you see in your parent, in your sibling, in other people around you. So the acquired belief is based on what happened in the physical realm. And remember, the physical realm is the realm of illusion. If the physical realm is not real and it is the realm of illusion, how then will you base your belief on this illusionary realm? Is that not funny? Your eyes see 0.0035% of reality, and you are basing your belief on this. Your eyes see 0.0035% of reality, and you are basing your life on this. Does it make sense? Your life only sees 0.0035% of reality. And then something happened physically in the physical world, and you are basing your judgment of reality based on that. It doesn't make sense. But guess what? That's the way we live. That's the way we live. Because we allow what we are seeing to determine how we feel. And by virtue of how you feel, remember, emotion glue a thought to your mind. You have a thought, you have an emotion with it, you glue it to your mind. If you remember, I defined belief last week. Belief is thought plus emotion. Thought plus emotion. Any emotion you have, any emotion you have, sorry, any thought you have combined with emotion over a period of time become a belief. A thought you have combined with emotion over a period of time become belief. If you have a thought that your neighbor is a witch, maybe you saw him in your dream or her in your dream, and you begin to say, this woman is a witch, this man is a witch. And it now create fear in your mind about that person. After a while, you just believe that this person is a witch. Now, when you know you are believing, is when you subconsciously begin to act. When you begin to act, when you see the person, you just suddenly become afraid. That's it. You didn't think about it though. Just sighting the person brings fear in you immediately. Because you now you believe that this person is a witch. It could be something else. It could be a colleague at work. It could be a friend. It could be anything. But you have held a thought in your mind, and that thought you held in your mind, that thought you held in your mind is merged with emotion. It's merged with emotion. You know, look, ladies and gentlemen, belief is so powerful. Next week, what we'll be discussing, do you know that belief is so powerful that it makes you not to see some things in your life? As in, okay, in your brain, and I'll talk about this next week, there is something called reticular activating system. You can call it the bouncer in your brain, the bouncer in your brain, the bouncer in your brain. Because your brain receives thousands of stimulations. In fact, your brain actually processes billion of bits. You know, bits from byte, megabyte, gigabyte, billions of bits of information every second. To keep you from going insane, too many information, your brain process only a few of them. Your brain process only a few of them. This part of your brain now, you know, the reticular activating system filters what can get to your now. The activating system is on your brain stem. It's on your brain stem. Brain stem is the upper part of your spinal cord. Upper part of your spinal cord. So when information gets into you, the reticular system, it doesn't get to your cortex. That's the advanced part of your brain, the semicircle part of your brain, the hemisphere, right and left hemisphere. It doesn't allow any information you're not familiar with to get there. So in Lagos today, there are a lot of opportunities to make money. But if you believe this is the way to make money, you will not be able to see those other opportunities. And the reason you are not seeing them is because your reticular activating system make it difficult for you to see. You cannot perceive it. You don't even realize it because of your belief. Belief is not just a philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Belief is not a philosophy. It's a physical and a biological structure in your brain. It is a deeply grooved neural pathway that has been reinforced over time. Reinforced. I'll be talking a lot about this next week. Reinforced over time. So I'm trying to tell you that by virtue of what you believe, there are some things you will never experience in life. There are some things you will not see. There are some things you will not, that's why if you have the right kind of belief, it's the best place to be in life. But if you have this terrible belief, it's not a good place to be. So let me give you an example. I've told you that when I sleep and I have nightmare, I don't pray. Now, the reason is that it doesn't even occur to me to pray. You know why? I believe my life is hid with Christ in God. So because I believe it, even though that information got into me, my brain cannot even, because I'm not afraid. So I don't even think of praying because I believe I'm hid in God. Now, that belief make my reticular activating system not to allow the thought to pray to come to me. But if I have a belief that that means something bad will happen to me, then my reticular activating system will allow information that will stimulate fear for me to go and pray to come to me. I don't know if I'm making sense. Please drop in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about. If what I'm saying if you can make sense of it. Can I hear from you? Drop something in the chat. Drop a thumbs up. Do something. Let me be sure you're getting this. Let me be sure you are getting this. Let me be sure you are getting this. Okay, I've seen from Samuel. Only Samuel. Huh? Okay, Oladapo Samuel. Is it only Samuel that got what I'm saying? Okay, okay. Favor also is getting it. Any other person there? Please drop a message. I need to be sure we're on the same page. Okay. I'm trying to let you understand how belief is making you to miss out on many things in life. There are some things you will not even know exist. It's not because it's not existing, no. You cannot be aware of it because your belief shield you away from it completely. Oh my God. Your belief shield you away from it completely. So what that means is that you don't even know what you are losing because of your belief system. Because before that message get into the brain where you process it, it's already filtered by your bouncer. Your bouncer is your reticular activating system. It only allows what is familiar to get to you based on your belief. Now, you acquire your belief based on observation and experience. That means it's based on what you can perceive. But there are so many things you could not perceive. When we experience something in reality, we say it is real. It is tangible because it is tangible without realizing that there is nothing real in reality. There's nothing real in reality. Please know that reality is a form of delay consciousness. It is the materialization of your frequency, of your self-concept, of your mental attitude. So what you are seeing is as a result of your state of consciousness. And your state of consciousness is influenced by your belief. There are many other things you are not seeing because of your state of consciousness. Then said they unto him, what shall we do that we might work the work of God? And Jesus answered and said unto them, this is the work of God, that ye may believe in him that he has sent. Now, I love this passage you brought up. I love this passage you brought up. Then said they, what shall we do that we might work the work of God? And Jesus answered and said, this is the work of God, that ye believe on him whom he has sent. Because they do not believe on him, they cannot perceive the work of God. Oh my God. Ah, that's the power of belief. That's why they kill him. That's why they kill him. They can't perceive it. Look. Oh, God, God, God. I don't even know how to paint this night. What you are perceiving is what your reticular activating system has filtered based on your belief. Remember, your belief affects your frequency. So when I say your belief affects your frequency, your belief affects your frequency, and your frequency what determines what you can perceive. You know, it's so interesting. I feel like just staying on this alone to let it marinate in our mind, because And this might make this, maybe this series, this particular sub-series might take us 2 months talking about beliefs. Look, if we fix our belief, a lot of things will fall in place in our life. Because you are going to begin to perceive what you were not perceiving before. Because your perception is affected by your belief. Because your belief influence what your reticular activating system allow you to be able to perceive. So you can say belief influence perception. Belief influence perception. Belief influence perception. Belief influence perception. So you perceive your neighbor as being dangerous because you believe he's a witch. And it was because of something that happened that a thought came to your mind because of what he or she did, and that thought was combined with emotion. Remember, thought plus emotion form belief. Thought plus emotion form belief. Thought. After a while of having a kind of thought coated in emotion, it becomes ingrained in your mind as a belief. Do you know the interesting thing? Depending on whether the belief is high frequency or low frequency, that determines whenever it is activated, if it's your amygdala that is affected or your prefrontal cortex. Amygdala is the center for fear. So if that belief is activated, if it's a low frequency belief, it will activate fear, worry, anxiety. If it's a high frequency belief, it will activate love, joy, and peace. When we experience something in reality, we say it's real. It's tangible without realizing. So just because you feel, you taste, you touch something does not mean it's real. Please know that reality is a realm of delay consciousness. That you taste it, you felt it, you touch it does not mean it's real. Please know that what you are able to experience is based on your frequency. What you are able to experience is based on your frequency. If there is no anchor belief and your reticular activating system does not allow that thing to get to your consciousness, you won't even know, you won't perceive it. So when you experience something which you experience based on previous state of consciousness, you say it is true. By saying this, you reinforce and solidify that state of consciousness to your subconscious mind. They are not realizing that what they experience is an effect. When people say this, they are not realizing that what they say is an effect that has a cause. Note that you cannot have an operating system. You cannot have an old operating system, but you want to experience a new interface. You cannot have an old operating system and you want to experience a new user interface. If you have the old operating system of Windows 98, you can't have an interface of Windows, is it 12 or 13? I don't even know which one because I've not used Windows in a while. Which window do we have now? Is it 12 or 13? Drop it in the chat. Window what? You cannot be using an old operating system. Okay, Windows 11, okay. You cannot be using an old operating system and you want to a new user interface. If your belief is a terrible belief, you cannot have a good life. If your belief is full of fear, your life cannot be full of love. If your belief is full of anxiety, your life cannot be full of peace. What you experience on the outside, the user interface, is as a result of the operating system on the inside, the belief. The old code is a belief. The user interface is the reality that you're experiencing. So, to change the user interface, change the operating system. To change user interface, change the operating system. If you want to perceive more things, bigger things, better opportunity in your life, change your belief system, period. The reason you are not seeing the opportunities some other people are seeing is because of the belief you have. Your belief about money, your belief about job, your belief about life, your belief about God. That one is the worst. People have very terrible belief about God. Very terrible belief. Very terrible. Very terrible. So they are not full of love because they believe they are serving God of vengeance who must fight and kill people. So when I tell people I don't believe in that kind of God, they'll be saying, what do you mean? I said, look, that's not what I see in the Bible. The kind of God that Jesus painted, the kind of God that Jesus painted, it's not the impression that the Old Testament writer gave us. Jesus said, no man has seen God at any time. Then he said, the only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, is the one that declared him. So if what the Old Testament writer does not align with the picture of God that Jesus painted, I'm not buying it. Guess what? Because this is my belief, it makes me to see God in a different light. This is powerful. Be unto you according to your faith. God is to you whatever you believe it is. You believe it's a terrible God, he will be a terrible God to you. You believe it's a loving and caring God, he will be a loving and caring God to you. You believe he will make a way where there's no way, he will make a way for you. You believe he's carrying pompo, looking for you to sin and hit your head every time. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. No man has seen God. All the Old Testament that wrote about God have not seen him. They have not seen him. They have not. They have not seen him. No man has seen God. The only begotten of the Son, the only begotten Son, which is the body of Father, is the one that have seen and the one that declared him. So, I would rather let my theology be based on Jesus Christ's description of God. I would rather let my theology based on Jesus Christ's description of God. And what is the picture that Jesus Christ paid? For God so loved the world. For God so loved the world. And he gave his only begotten Son. That's my belief. My belief is that he loved the world and he gave his only begotten Son. And he gave his only begotten Son. So I will interpret the character of God based on the picture of God painted by Jesus Christ. Not even by the apostle, by Jesus Christ. By Jesus Christ. by Jesus Christ. And guess what? That belief made it easier for me not to accept some theology based on the description of God by Old Testament. Let me tell you how important that is. That made me to see God in a different light. And that shows the way I relate with him. Jesus paints the picture of God for us when he showed us the two prodigal son, this prodigal son. This father received him. Even when he asked, he needed his part, he gave him, he went away. When he lost it and came back, the father received him. That is the character of God that Jesus painted. Now, I'm digressing because this is very critical for us as believers. In the way we think, in the way we reason. In the way we think, in the way we reason. In the way we think, in the way we reason. Obviously, I won't finish what I'm discussing today. So I'm trying to say something tonight. If you want a better user interface, by user interface, I mean a better reality in your life. Remember, I told you last week that it's better for you to use modern time words to describe the principle of scriptures. It makes it easier for people to relate to it. If you don't like the user interface in your life, the reality, physical reality in your life, change the code, change the operating system, change the operating system, change the operating system. If you don't change the operating system, you will not be able to change the reality in your life. If you don't change the operating system, if you don't change the operating system, what's the operating system? Your belief system. 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 If you don't change the operating system in your life, you will not be able to see the user interface you desire. You will not be able to see the user interface that you desire. Why? Because there's an operating system. And because this operating system, which is belief, is influences what you can see. When I say your frequency speak before you speak, that you can't see beyond the level of your frequency, this is exactly what I'm saying. Because belief is not just a philosophy. Belief is not just a philosophy. Belief take a shape in your brain, as in physically stored, such that when someone says there's so much opportunity in Nigeria, people are making money in Nigeria. Someone says, where is the money? Where is the money? Where is the money? Where is the money? You see, the reason you are not seeing the money is because the reticular activating system block out every awareness you could have had to see opportunity to make money in Nigeria. The dating pool is bloody. The relationship is now toxic. There are no good men out there. There are no good women out there. the reticular activating system block out completely your perception and make it difficult for you to see any good men or good women out there. Your belief is so powerful that it ensures that you only see things related to what you believe. That is why, if you attend a church where they are always praying against the devil, against Satan, against demons, the enemy of my father's house, the enemy of my mother's house, you'll be having a nightmare. You will see them in your dream. The reason is because you believe. When the Bible says, be it unto you according to your faith, that's exactly what it's saying. Because your belief, your faith, is what determines what you can perceive. That's why. Now, have you ever wondered why an Oyibo man in Nigeria came to colonize us? And they colonized us with gunpowder. They colonized us with gunpowder. Gunpowder today is not recognized as a tool for warfare. But that is what they used to colonize us. But we have jazz. And that was when jazz was jazz, not the fake jazz we have nowadays. When jazz was jazz. But those jazz, why is it not affecting the Oyibo people? When they stand in front of Oyibo people and they are doing, when you begin to do the incantation, the Oyibo people will ask the interpreter, what are they saying? Are they saying we should not enter? You just carry go. Pooh! Oh Lord, they fall down and die. King will say, sorry, please, you can enter, you can come in. You can come in. Why? The white man, in his belief, in his reality, what you are saying cannot affect him. He doesn't even have any iota of belief that this. So at the frequency is operating at, this cannot mean anything, both in reality and subconsciously. So whatever you are saying is not affecting him. Your jazz is not affecting him. Why? Because he doesn't believe it. So in his reality, this cannot be something that can kill. Remember, be it unto you according to your faith. To change the user interface in your reality in life, you must change the operating belief system that is driving your life. Ladies and gentlemen, to change the user interface of the reality you are seeing in your life, in your relationship, in your business, in your career, in your job, in your family, whatever it is, to change the reality, you must change the operating system, the operating belief system that is driving your life. So don't fight the physical reality of your life. Fight the belief system that is making you not to see opportunity, that's making you not to see the right person, that's making you to only see the bad people or terrible people that you don't want to relate with. But they are the one you are seeing. They're the one you attract. They're the one you are seeing. They're the one you are. So, the reason you are seeing in your life, what you are seeing right now, is because of the belief system. Acquire belief. Have you ever wondered why the scripture says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump? Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump. Purge out, therefore, the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump. Please know that if you are not purged of the old belief, you will not be able to manifest the newness you desire in your life. These old beliefs, you pick them on the way. You pick them along 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 the way. They are acquired belief. Because next week I'm going to talk about the nurtured belief. That one, eh? Nurtured belief. Nurtured. Nurtured belief. That we'll discuss next week. Nurtured belief. Nurtured belief. Because there are belief systems that are nurtured into us. That's why, as a father, as a mother, if you are not conscious of what you are pouring into your child, if you are not conscious of what you are pouring into that child, you are going to transfer your limiting belief system into his life, into our life. If you're not conscious of what you are pouring into that life, how many people they don't even know the implication of what they are doing to themselves. They don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, your belief system is very powerful. It's so powerful. It's so powerful that it determines how far you can see and even what you are able to see. What you are able to see. Question. What is happening around you that you can't see? Until you change your belief system, there are some things you will never be able to see. Such that even if you are on YouTube and you see podcasts, training, seminars, in that area, you won't be interested. You will not be interested. You will not see it. Why? Because your frequency speak before you speak. Your state of consciousness speak before you speak. The journey from a microscopic neural connection in your brain to the physical manifestation in your life is not a mystical mystery. It is a highly structured, measurable chain reaction. And we're going to be discussing this maybe in another 2 weeks. It is the exact point where neurology intersects with quantum physics. When you understand the mechanics of this chain, manifestation stop being something you wish for and becomes something you actively engineer. Because we actually engineer manifestation. And I'm happy we are spending a lot of time dealing with belief. I strongly believe if we put into practice some of the things I'll be recommending in the course of this session, in fact, we are going to be deconstructing, you will be identifying those beliefs yourself for you. If you put into practice, I can assure you, if you get the picture of what I'm painting now, I'm basically saying immediately your belief change, what you begin to see in your life change, and that will affect the kind of action you are taking. Because you are going to be operating at a frequency that makes you to be able to perceive more things. Because your reticular activating system is now going to accommodate those data when they are coming in. So you can perceive them, you become aware of them. You can perceive them, you become aware of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be stopping here today. Let me hear from you. Let me be sure we're on the same page on this matter. This is a painful one for me because people are living in bondage practically. But unfortunately, the bondage they keep themselves. Some of them are terrible religious belief. Terrible religious belief. That's why I use that example of the way you see God. If you see God as a father, and you believe he's a father, you will not for 1 second live your life as an orphan because of the belief that make you to see possibilities of what father do in the life of their child or children. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for this evening. Let me hear from you. What have you learned tonight? What have you learned tonight? Yes, FOM laptop.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Well done, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I've learned a lot of different things. I've things in different angles, and I've seen a lot of things actually. Because what you just said, I have somebody that from UK. The best he was telling me, he said to make it in Nigeria is faster than that UK. That UK you have to work 10 times Nigeria work before you can make it. So was telling me that there's a lot of opportunity here that people are not seeing it.
You won't see.
So, mm, so I agree to understand that if you don't believe in those things that it can work or it can do it and you can make money there because of the belief system that no, it's only when I leave this country I will make it. Or so the belief
It's
system
a
are
belief
really
system. It's a belief system that make now immediately you believe that it's only when you leave this country you can make it. You will the only thing you'll be seeing is opportunity to live. You will never see opportunity to make it in Nigeria because your reticular activating system block out every information about making it in Nigeria because it will only bring to you what is familiar. Oh my God. Ah, sometimes go ahead, Samuel. Samuel, go ahead. FOM, go ahead. Hello. Okay, it's like
I don't know. I was talking actually. I don't know that I
you muted
reset my
yourself,
mic.
so we didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. So that Bible verse,
I
they were
love that
asking Jesus,
Bible
which
verse
walk?
because they can't
That
perceive it.
is
They
it.
can see it.
They were saying, which work are they going to
Yes.
do? That they will be that it will be a work of God. He just said they should just believe. He said you don't need to do anything, just believe. The first time I read it, I was like, these people are asking him that which work are we going to do that we will say we have done the work
When you
of God.
believe, you see the work.
He said when you just believe me that he has sent to you. So I was like, it's too simple that, but that one belief, I was taking it so light that
Ah.
continue to so no, can't believe, just believe on it. So by the time I started like analyzing that belief that I should believe on him, because he said Jesus answered and said, "Verily I say to you, just as in, just believe on him he has sent." So it makes it like just believe that all. So this night I started receiving the understanding of that what he said, just believe. That if you just believe on him, the Father has given you. That's all. And that makes us to see this David, that he was able to kill Goliath. He so believed that he's somebody that God has helped him to kill lion, kill bear. That who is Goliath? Even everybody discourage him. Everybody, his family, the king, everybody. He so believe that he can go ahead and get it done. So the belief system was so strong for him, and he was able to like, okay, I can go, and he went and he conquered. So the belief system is very, very powerful, actually. Very, 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 very. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you cannot, you are correct.
Cannot.
If you believe you cannot, you are correct. Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
I said it's just like what my one person said. He said, if you believe you cannot, you are
You're
correct.
correct.
If you believe you can, you
You're
are
correct
correct.
also.
Mhm. So that is just which part are you staying? So it's just your belief system. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you cannot, you cannot. That's it. It's just your belief system that is affecting and controlling your life. Thank you very much, sir.
All
It's
right.
actually
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Further Solution
Good
Academy.
evening, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. I really appreciate you, sir.
Evening.
Although I joined very, very late.
Okay.
In fact, I missed out a lot of information.
No, but it's
The
recorded, so
the
you
old
can always pick it up.
yes, I will go through it. I will go through it. In fact, all you said, they are very, very nice words. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm hoping to see more of it. And all what you said, I think I've applied it before. We are very, very correct. 100% correct. Do you get me?
Yeah.
When your old processor, therefore you'll be doing things in the old. When you operate in the new processor, therefore you have a new interface. You are
Yeah.
very, very correct. A bit of my part. Actually, I studied education in university. Then me and my friends, we see ourselves as teachers. But I believe that I don't want to be an honorary teacher. And I start something. But today, to God be the glory. That belief system is propelling me across. That's just it.
Great.
Just add to that your belief. That is how you see things, how you approach life. That's how the life will react to you. Even if you are in Ethiopia, the same way. And the way you approach things, even though you go to Canada, if your belief system is corrupt, virus. Go
That's
for
why
it.
someone said
Thank you.
a leader in Nigeria cannot become alligator in the US. All right. Um, Omotayo, good evening. Omotayo, are you there? Okay. Grant.
Good evening, sir. I'm here,
Okay,
sir.
Omotayo, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday to us all. So, okay, my take home tonight is what am I saying? Okay, my take home tonight is okay. Even as Bro Samuel was even talking about belief, about David and about everything. So a scripture just dropped in my mind that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is
So
he.
is he? Yeah.
So is he. So it's also more important about belief. Belief is so important because even as you are believing, what you believe is what you become. So
Yeah.
important. So yeah, another thing that you mentioned that really that I think I'm hearing for the first time is that you said thoughts plus emotion
It's
is
what
equal to
form your belief.
belief.
That's how belief are
Thoughts
formed.
plus
That's how belief are formed. That's
hmm,
why that's why some people, when you say something that is against their belief, they can fight you. They are so emotional because it
hmm,
has that thing has merged with their identity. So they see that thing as who they are.
hmm.
So by going against that thought,
So they
you
are.
are going against them. They can fight you. They will be very violent, argue,
So
fight.
can fight you. Yeah. Yeah, their brain will try to try to counter
Yes,
that belief. Okay, this thing is
yes.
danger. This thing
No,
is
actually, they see it as
not good.
danger.
This
The amygdala is
is
activated. They
not
see it
for
as
us.
danger,
So their body
actually.
will try to respond with negative force. Wow, that's that's profound. And yes, you also mentioned that you said is the way we think is the way we reason. Like the way you think is the way you reason. Hello, sir.
Go ahead.
You mentioned that the way you think is the way you reason. So I've been thinking, like trying to understand that word. I don't really understand. I don't know if you can
The way
explain.
you
Hello.
think, I'm not sure you got me. Oh. The way you
Ye-
think, I'm trying to remember when I made that statement. The
Okay.
way you think is the way you reason. Thinking and reasoning, is it not the same thing?
Uh,
I'm not sure I made that statement. I
mm,
can't remember making that statement. Maybe that was the conclusion in your mind based on what I said. But if you can get exactly what I said, I'm sure I can explain it.
mm. Sir, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, I have two questions actually. How do you think you're thinking?
What do you mean? How do you think you're thinking?
Maybe you are thinking of something. How do you
Uh-huh.
think of thinking that?
Ah, how do you think of thinking that thing? You are thinking I want to eat. How do you think of
Yeah, like
thinking that you want to eat?
no, no, no. Let's not use food now. Let's not use
And I'm
food.
just
Let's use
I'm
another thing.
using well, yeah, give me something to use now because I said, how do I think of things? I'm not understanding your question. That's why I'm using that example. When you say how do you
Okay,
think of
the thing
thinking, what do you mean?
that you are thinking your think. I think I is the title of a book like that. I think I saw some times ago. Thinking your thinking. Maybe for example now, what Bro Sam said now about people being jackpot way by like people don't go out of this world, out of this Nigeria, that they will be able to make it. So my like I just wanted to explain that like that kind of thinking. How do you I don't know how to structure it. That's just the way I can structure that. How do you think you're thinking?
Hello,
I don't know if you get
Yes?
me.
hello, sir.
Yes?
I think we should have said it. You should have said it this way that
All right.
thinking is wired on your belief.
Thinking
I
what?
think
Hmm.
I'm trying to modify what he's trying to
Can
say.
you modify it? Let me hear.
Thinking is wired on your belief. Before you start processing it, it means there must be a
Mm-hmm.
belief system. Okay, Jackpa, for
Yeah.
example. Before you
Okay,
start thinking about
I think you are bringing a good perspective to it. The fact that for you to think about something is because of your belief. Is that what you meant?
Hmm.
Okay, so let me tell you, there are some thoughts that will never come to your mind in life if you don't have some kind of belief. I gave you an example that when I sleep and I have nightmare and I wake,
Right.
I don't think of praying. Why? Because my belief is that my life is hid with Christ in God. So whatever happened in dream
Yeah.
cannot affect me in reality. So I'll just go and wee and go
Yeah.
back to sleep. So
Wow.
what
Hmm.
you are thinking about any situation is anchored on your belief. So there are some thoughts you will never have if you don't have some kind of belief.
Leave.
And there are some thoughts you
Hmm.
continually have because of the kind of belief you have.
You have. Hmm.
Because of the kind of belief you have. So, last week I wish what's his name was here. What's his name? Victor. We're discussing, Victor was talking about Trinity last week, and I was talking about the fact that he was saying that when I was telling him that you believe in Trinity, you don't believe in Trinity, it doesn't affect your salvation. But he is of the opinion that I think he affects it. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, so
Hmm.
that thought
Yes, sir.
that I think he affects it is based on his belief. It's based on his belief. But I believe that this is not consequential. Why? Because the scripture does not, is we that concluded Trinity in the Bible. And I believe in Trinity also. But the scripture does not, the word Trinity is not in the Bible. although there are a lot of evidence to show there's Trinity. But some people can choose not to. Just the way some people don't do water baptism, just the way some people don't do Lord's Supper, just the way some people don't speak in tongues, it doesn't make them less a Christian.
Oh my God.
It doesn't make them less a
I think
Christian. Because for you to be saved
that
is
one thing,
faith
that one thing just
in
touch my
death,
belief now.
burial, and resurrection of Christ. It
But
doesn't make you less a... You say what?
but if they don't do, I said that if they don't do water baptism and
Yes.
other things that is similar to done, then they have not followed the actual
The fact is
scripture
that,
that is supposed to
look,
do.
whatever you different, because people interpret those things differently, but it doesn't change the fact that they believe in Christ, and what you need to be saved is faith in Jesus. Now,
Yes, that's true.
if you have a belief
That's true, sir.
before that there are other works after salvation that you need for you to be saved, your own work, not the work of righteousness that emanate from you, but your own work as precedent to salvation. If that's what you have, if you have that belief, it affects your thought. So you will have cognitive dissonance, which is what I'm saying is fighting against your belief. So it's difficult for you to accept the thought. So your thought is significantly impacted by the kind of belief system you have. Because look, why do people remain poor? They are working. They are not saving and investing. Not saving and investing is a thought process. Anchor on a belief. Anchor. So when you do something, because you thought of it, that's why you do it. You thought of it, that's why you do it. And that thought is coming from a place. And that's where belief is. I don't need to answer that question for you.
Yes, sir. It really does. It does answer my question.
What's
So
the second one?
my other question. Okay, my other question is that okay, now we are saying belief. How do you notice a belief that is right but it's not good for you?
It's right, but it's not good for you. Why is it right? It's not good for you.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe
If
now.
it is not good for you, then it's not right for you. If it's not good for you, it can be good for someone else. But if it's not good for you, then it's not right for you.
Yes, my question is not that. How do you notice? How do you like know that some belief that is subconscious that you don't even know that you even believe them, but you believe them
this is it. Remember I said
internally without you knowing that you
remember I said for you to change the user interface, you need to change the operating system of belief. So before you conclude that you have a limiting belief system or wrong belief system, you must have seen a user interface that make you to say, the way this thing is like in my life. So for example, if you are looking for a job and you notice for 6 months you have not been able to get a job, clearly there's a belief system. There's a wrong belief system we need to deal with. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So it's the user interface, the reality in your life that will give you point you that there is a belief driving this. Because there are jobs, but for one reason or the other, you won't get to see it. Remember,
because of your belief system.
Is what determines the world you live in.
Because
your belief is what determines what your reticular activating system allow to get to your subconscious mind. Allow to get to your consciousness. And it is only when you get to your consciousness you can act on it. But because you have a belief that, say, there are no jobs, so your reticular activating system only allow signals, impulses, thoughts that are related to that to get to your consciousness so as to reinforce that belief the more. You know, belief is just too powerful.
Yes, it's powerful. Mm.
Do you know why people are able to
Mm.
receive healing? When they believe, this is exactly what happens. Because when they believe they are healed, they will begin to see possibilities. Because they believe they are healed,
Possibilities.
they will be able to get to meet someone who can pray for them, or get to meet someone who can tell them where to go. They can, because of the belief. The belief. I'll be explaining this in 2 weeks' time. Look, if you know how powerful your belief is, you will guard. When the Bible say, guard your heart with all diligence, for out it are the issues of life.
Out of faith is the life.
Because if you don't guard what gets into your heart, the thought that gets into your heart, that merge with emotion that form belief, if you don't guard it, the issues of your life, the things that come out of your life, the reality of your life will be terrible.
Terrible. Mm. Mm.
I've answered your second question.
Yes, sir. So is belief the same thing as faith?
Faith. Faith is fidel. Fidel means conviction. So when you believe, after a while, it becomes conviction. And I will show you neurologically how it becomes conviction in 2 weeks. Conviction is faith. Did you get that? Conviction is faith.
Yes, sir. Conviction is faith.
Faith. But it becomes conviction from belief. When it becomes faith, you don't believe again. You know. Do you understand?
Okay, there's another name after belief to knowing.
What you know, what you believe you don't know. If you know something, knowing nullify belief. Belief suspend knowing. Belief suspend knowing. Knowing nullify belief. Belief suspend knowing. Do you know your name is Francis?
Yeah, 100%, sir.
Do you believe your name is Francis?
100%.
You believe or you know?
I know.
You don't believe your name is Francis.
I know
You
that.
know your name is Francis.
Yes, I know.
You know your name is. You don't have any doubt in your mind that your name is Francis.
Sir.
Yes.
I'm sorry. For the
Go ahead.
the last one.
Don't be sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I want to ask. Okay, sir. I want to ask that is belief being control? The reason why I ask this question is because, okay, now let's say there are some people now that they truly they believe, but what they are really believing, what they believe in, did not happen to them. Let's say in the case of miracle now, yes, indeed they believe that this thing, they believe that, oh God, do this for me. The second is other people.
They believe. Hold on now. How do you know they believe? Is it based on what they are saying, or what is happening inside of them?
Yes.
If you are believing
okay.
God,
Maybe
if you want a miracle, you need to get to that point.
Let me use.
Yes.
Okay, maybe let me use myself now. Let's say me and one lady that's my friend. So we are both believing God for something, for a miracle that God should intervene in some things in our life. But the other lady got a miracle. Why me myself I did not get my own, and I believe, and I be God, I believe. Why is it not happening to me?
Hold on.
I don't know, sir. I don't know if you get.
Hold on. So in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we are going to be discussing. Do you know if subconsciously You have a limiting belief subconsciously. You have a limiting belief.
But I believe.
Hold on now. I said limiting belief. A belief system that believe that, how can I even make 1 million in a month? That's a limit. It's a belief, but it's a limiting belief.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if you have a limiting belief, when anything want to happen that will go against that limiting belief, subconsciously, you will self-sabotage to prevent it. Even though consciously, you are believing God for it, but subconsciously, you are self-sabotaging against it. Did you get that?
So I'm the one stopping I'm the one stopping what I'm
Do
praying
you
for God for
understand?
because of
Subconsciously. Because the way this thing works, when you become convinced, move from the realm of belief to faith, at that point, you have no doubt in your mind. And I'll be explaining to you in 2 weeks what happened that will make that thing to become inevitable to happen.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't
Our
wait. I must be
job as
there.
human is to understand that this is a possibility in our life and be disciplined enough to get to that point.
Hmm.
The challenge is our inability to get to that point.
Wow.
Are you done?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm done.
Grant.
Thank you for tonight, sir.
Yeah, good night. Grant.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for the session. I'm going straight to my question.
Go ahead.
So, for how that a person's thoughts controls their external reality, your conscious belief, subconscious belief, determines your experiences. Now, the one that there is no lights in Nigeria, I did not control it. The all of that circumstances that I met, I didn't incite any of those circumstances, and they did not start from my thoughts. How does it balance? Because my
No.
thoughts didn't go to.
That's a general societal issue, not issue peculiar to you. We are talking about issue
Okay, it means
peculiar
this
to
rule.
you.
Okay, then this rule does not cover those experiences because whenever decides to take the light,
You don't have control over
suddenly,
that. We're talking about what happened in your life that you have control over.
then there are many things we don't have control over now.
I'm talking about you have control over whether, when I mean control over, let me explain what I mean control over. Not control as in control, in terms of something that you can influence subconsciously, like things you desire for yourself. Now, rather than use a general thing that affects everybody, power issue in Nigeria is not a belief. It's not a belief issue. It's negligence or wickedness or ineptitude or incompetence of leadership. It's not a belief. You don't need faith to have power. You just need to have people who do the right thing. I don't use generator in my house. And I have power because I've decided to take myself off power. If never come, I'm fine. If they don't come, at least for a week, I should be fine. Do you understand? I don't believe God
Yes,
for
I
that
get this
one.
at all, at
Uh-huh.
all. So then it means there are systemic, there are environmental matters that
That
still make,
you can develop yourself to become immune to, but you can't stop or control
yeah,
it.
yeah, you can't
But
stop or
you can
control it.
walk around
So
it to become immune to it.
yes, then so therefore that one for Japa changing from Nigeria to the UK makes a significant difference beyond belief.
What do you mean?
Whereas when you're in Nigeria versus when you're in another country where the system already works.
No.
To say that
The issue making it in Nigeria is not about system, it's about you. Because evidence proved that in Nigeria, despite the terrible system, people are making it. So
yes,
you lose the
that's not what I'm,
right to say you can't make
that's
it
not
in
what I'm,
Nigeria because of the way Nigeria is.
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
People in any country, the baseline of success, the baseline of amenities available is determined by the system that is
Yes.
outside our control.
Yes. Very correct.
Yes. Therefore, it means there is a significant, based on that, there's a significant difference between living in Nigeria versus living in the US
Definitely.
or in the UK.
Yes.
Jackpot therefore fall into this category.
So what's your question? Because I'm not getting your question.
You already agreed with me. I was confirming it.
The challenge with Japa is the mindset that make them to Japa. That's what we are challenging. Not disputing the fact that the reality are different.
Now, with this one I just mentioned, which is many people are already aware of this. With this one I mentioned, if somebody says they can't succeed in Nigeria, that's when you find it. For it might even be the external statement for I want to leave because the system is not working.
Grant, many people, that's one of the major reasons. The fact that they believe, look, they can't really amount to much in this country. I'm telling you. And the interest is that
I'm coming, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
That one you said there is the realm within which is true where you would be great in Nigeria if you stay but there is no. For example, if Elon Musk stayed in South Africa, will he have become the richest man in the world? By the system of South Africa?
No. But Elon Musk did not plan to become richest man in the world.
He didn't plan, but the system.
So leave that out. But he would have been successful in South Africa, but not as great as. So the question is,
it means the environment.
The environment limits you now. We're not discussing that. But the people there, where they went to, it doesn't make them better.
People have changed significantly.
How many people?
People have. Okay,
I
know people that have changed significantly.
I'm not saying there are no people. I'm not saying there are no people. I'm saying how many. I'm not saying there are no people. Of course, there are. I have friends that are. But when you check the statistic, how many? I was talking to a client.
Well,
I have a client who is an American, but he's trying to do something in Nigeria. So he subscribed to our service. So we're in my office on Monday. He was in Nigeria 3 weeks ago. He's back in Nigeria again. He traveled yesterday. He's back in Nigeria again in May. I said, look, you're able to do this. Well, many people in Nigeria, in the UK, in the US cannot do this. Say, yes, he knows. But he has his freedom. Why? Because of what he's been able to. And he's a young guy. Unlike some other people that are there, that they can't even, they must work every day, including Sunday. Else, they won't be able to put food on the table.
But that's also the case in Nigeria for many 9-to-5ers.
And so, what's the difference? Now, why are you now going there?
The difference there, therefore, means that there is a cap of success, though we say success, within a territory.
What you don't know is that there's a cap there. There's no cap here for you. You can do as much. If you are, let's use the same band. If you put in 100 effort in Nigeria, you will do as much as 1,000 results. Over there, they put a ceiling such that even though you could do 1,000, but you won't go beyond 500 results because they put a glass ceiling on how far you can.
We've gotten to it. With this glass ceiling they put for these people in the UK, so they don't take over their lead. How will this belief system break through that glass ceiling?
That is the reason why some people, in spite of that, are able to shatter the glass. In spite of that. But many will not be able to. Because you now need to be conscious of the fact that this is a glass ceiling they put there, but as far as you're concerned, there's no glass ceiling. Immediately you believe there's no glass ceiling, then you will behave and act like there's no glass ceiling. But immediately you know there's a glass ceiling, then you don't even make effort because there's a glass ceiling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. I thought you have plenty questions. Favor.
Mm.
You know, when you say I'll start, go straight with my question, I thought you have many. That's why you have to go straight. Grant, sorry, Favor, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
very
good
much
evening. Good evening.
for the session tonight. I think for me, one key thing I took away is that belief actually determines a whole lot.
Yes.
And so what that means is if we believe in something, the tendency that that comes true, just like the examples you cited from the scriptures, is high compared to when we don't even have the belief that that thing is possible. But I have a question around subconscious belief.
Okay.
When you don't know that you believe that you're walking in that belief, how can one handle such a situation? Because
We
there's
are
some
going
things
to,
that
there's something that
mm,
what?
sit unconsciously. That their subconscious, unconscious beliefs that you already have, maybe based on your background, based on
Yes, nurtured belief.
life beliefs. Yes.
So we will discuss in 3 weeks how to identify limiting belief. How to identify it. How to identify. How do I identify what is a belief that is hindering me from doing something? A belief that puts ceiling. Do you understand? How do
Yes, sir.
I identify it? So we'll talk about it. And then we're also now going to talk about, after that, how do you now remove it? How do you bypass it? So I'm sure
Okay,
we'll
sir.
find answer to that. So I don't want to go into that now, but we'll definitely, I already factor that in the conversation. There are different techniques that are used to be able to identify. Some use what they call reality audit. Some use what they call somatic audit. And some use what is called vocabulary audit. So there are different questions, but we'll do it. We'll do it together.
Okay, sir.
About 3
Then
weeks.
I have a second question.
Yeah.
It relates to when you were speaking about, for instance, that you dream and then you wake up and
Nightmare.
don't pray about it.
Yes.
Yes. So there are people who naturally they dream a lot. So I'll use myself as an example. As a child, from childhood, from when I can remember, when I could remember anything, I will dream so many dreams. I will
I
wake
didn't talk
up.
about dream. I talk about nightmare.
Oh, okay, nightmares.
That means
Oh,
it's a
okay,
bad
okay.
dream,
Oh, okay, like a
not just
bad.
dream in general.
Okay, not just dream in general. Oh, okay, okay, sir. I think that clarifies it because there
I'm
is a
not
way.
saying dream. I'm not saying you should dream is entire. God speaks to people through dream, but when God speaks to you, it's going to bring peace. It's not going to create fear. If
Oh,
you
okay,
have
okay,
a
okay.
dream that creates fear, it cannot be from God because He has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind.
Oh, okay, okay, sir. I think that clarifies it then, because I was just looking at that dream aspect, because sometimes it could be instructive, and he's
Yes,
saying
of
pray
course.
about
Of
it could
course.
be
Of
direct
course.
to
Of course. But I'm talking about
okay,
nightmare, something that you wake up
nightmare.
and you're afraid. If it's from God, it will not make you afraid. Because God does not operate by fear.
But
Hello?
okay, sir, I want to ask a question. It's
Go
based
ahead.
on hello, sir. Yes, sir. I want to ask another question. It's based on a childhood experience.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this lady in the church then who believed that my friend lost her mother, and then her father was going to remarry. And then the lady believed so much that she was supposed to be the wife, the stepmom of that person. And when they asked some questions around it, she gave evidences that could prove, and the belief was strong, but the man still married somebody else. What would you say had happened?
No. You know, how do I describe this now? Remember, belief is thought plus emotion. So when you say he believed that this is the person you married. Remember, belief is thought plus emotion. We need to query the emotion that anchored that thought to her mind. Did you get my drift?
Yes.
We need to question the thought that anchor, because the anchor that to her mind. You believe. I have a friend on campus. He believed a particular sister in the fellowship is the person who married. Until that sister went to the altar, even when they did traditional, until they went to the altar and got married, he didn't go and look for another wife. Now, your belief cannot manipulate someone else against their will. Your belief organizes circumstances to gravitate to you the things that people are doing for you that they want to do. So I'm believing God to get a contract. The person that will come to me is someone that wants to give me a contract. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
The person. So because of my belief, because God is an orchestrator of circumstances, the circumstances that will come my way that will give me that contract will be someone that wants to give out a contract, not someone that doesn't even have money to give contract. So the belief is not going to be against the will of because when you begin to control someone's will, that's witchcraft. You're not supposed to be controlling someone's will. Whatever they are doing it willingly, not because of you, but because of them. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. So that means that aside, since this one is an extreme case, imagine somebody was believing for something or imagine somebody was believing for something or claimed to have been
that person should be believing God for a husband, not believing God that he must be this man. Do you understand?
Okay.
Believing God for good husband, not that he has to be this man. And what you need is an husband. It's not this guy. What you need is a wife. It's not this lady.
Yes, that's correct. But sir, I'm saying if we change it, if we flip it to using it for believing God for something, say the fact you said now, or a business.
Yes.
If you flip it, can a person believe strongly and still not get it?
When you say believe, how do I explain this? When this all will happen, please, I hope I will be able to do it in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I'm going to be discussing what happened in our brain, how we move, from, okay, so next week we're going to complete what we started today. That will be number 3. That's next week. Then upper week, that's part 4. We're going to be discussing, hold on. We're going to be discussing part 3, yes, we're going to discuss what we discussed today, which is the second part of today's, I will call it 3B. Then after that, we're going to discuss what I call the journey from belief to manifestation. Now, in that journey from belief to manifestation, you will be able to see how the belief affect the thought and focus. How the thought and focus make the belief to become conviction. That's when faith is battered. And how it moves from that phase to now, when you have faith it affects your reaction and responses because now it has entered your subconscious mind. When you get to that point, you are in a state where it's just a matter of time that becomes your reality. So, it's like, how do I describe it now? It's like you plug into the socket and there is light. Current will flow into your phone. If current is not flowing, either you didn't plug well or there's no light in the socket. Am I making sense? So it's not a, are you there? I can't
Yes,
hear
sir.
you. Okay. It's not mysterious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's not I was saying something when I was starting. Let me make that statement again. I was saying that the journey from the microscopic neural connection in your brain to a physical manifestation in your life is not a mystery or mystical mystery. It's a highly structured, measurable chain reaction. And we will be going through that step by step so you can see what really happened from neurology in the brain to physical manifestation on the outside. So that when someone say it's not happening, it's like saying gravity is not happening. That means there's a missing link. So there's no, it will happen if the link is complete. So that means if it's not, that means something is missing. It's for me to find it. If you throw a baby up, you throw a phone, you throw a bucket, you throw a laptop, it will fall because of gravity. So if it is not falling, you are not on the earth.
Yeah.
Or it's so light, breeze is carrying it up. But if it fulfills the law, it will. As in is because that's the way God designed it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So we'll go through it. We'll go through it. Someone says that if belief is rooted in conscious and conscious is the state of awareness, how do subconscious belief exist and influence us despite being outside of your conscious? Now, subconscious influence you because it determines what you can perceive. Subconscious influence you because it determines what you can perceive. And it is what you can perceive that determines what exists and what is possible. So many things are influencing you subconsciously. So for example, if I say, you will make 5 million tomorrow, and you cannot say amen, or you say amen, but your mind is telling you, where, how? Now, subconsciously, you don't believe, even though you say amen in your mouth, but subconsciously something is telling you, how now? Where will it happen? For someone that know it's possible because he has done it before, he doesn't have any doubt. Nothing is saying it inside. Francis, I don't know if that illustration answer that question. Then I saw another one. Or you can look at it this way. Sir, can belief be classified as a function of consciousness? No. It's not a function of consciousness. It's a function of a thought with emotion over a period. It might not even be over a period. Sometimes it can happen. If it's a strong emotion, it might happen in an instance. If it's a strong emotion. But most of the time, it's exposure over time. Given that consciousness involves awareness and wakefulness, how do subconscious belief qualify as belief when they exist outside? Remember, you need to first of all identify the definition I gave belief. This definition some author have given, which is a fantastic definition. Belief is thought anchored with emotion. Thought anchored with emotion. Belief is not just a philosophy. It's a physical, biological structure in the brain. It's a deeply grooved neural pathway that has been reinforced over time. And it exists subconsciously. Sometimes You, even though it exists subconsciously, you know that you have this belief. But sometimes it exists subconsciously, but you don't know you have this belief. Like what we'll be discussing next week, nurtured belief. There are beliefs that are nurtured into you. You know, currently my son is reading Read That Poor Dad. He's 10 years. He's reading Read That Poor Dad. And he keeps asking me a lot of questions about poverty. He keep asking me a lot of questions about middle class, upper class. He keep asking a lot of questions. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to nurture the right belief system about money early into his life. So if and if he read it, he will jot what he's learning. He will jot it. He has a book he's writing. What if you heard me when we were talking, you probably when we started, you'll have heard someone talking on the background. If you heard that word, he's the one because he's reading the book and he was asking me some question based on what any word he doesn't understand will come and ask me. Now, that is nurtured belief. Nurtured belief, nurtured belief, nurtured belief. So I'm being deliberate in nurturing some belief into him so that by the time he become a teenager, it doesn't, in his reality, this is a possibility. Talk less of when now become an adult. Am I making sense, please?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right.
Thank
Francis, I hope I answer your question. The subconscious belief is because some of the time they are nurtured. They are not. So have you wondered why, Francis, unmute yourself. Unmute. I want to say something.
Yes,
Have you ever wondered why the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go? When he is old, he will not depart from it. The reason he will not depart from it because it's a nurtured belief. It's a nurtured belief. So as the child grows, he will behave in a certain way and he will feel that no, I shouldn't do this because of a nurtured belief. Nurtured belief. Nurtured belief. So if it enter into his subconscious mind before he become 12, because the personality of a child is fully formed by the time he's 12.
Yes,
If
sir.
he enter into his mind before he become 12, he will become a nurtured belief. So when he is old, he will not be able to depart because it's a belief system now that was ingrained by the way he was trained. He has
Yes,
to
sir.
deliberately, if it's now a limiting belief, can you see why belief is good? God put it there because it's supposed to be good, only that sometimes we install the wrong belief. But if you install the right belief, the child will turn out well, the child will behave right. He might lose his sense and his mind, maybe as a teenager, maybe because of some influence, but he will find his way back. Why?
Yes, sir.
Because there is a subconscious belief.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sam,
Before you move on, sir,
go ahead.
yes, sir, I want to ask that now that this like we said is very very good, like forming this right belief when you are still small. Then what of those from a belief system that really done the opposite side now? It has break them. It sustain the wrong one. For example, now
We are
in
going
my
to do
class
it
now,
in this series. We are going to identify it and
like
we are going to remove it.
okay, that's my question. Like, how do you
Yes,
remove
we are going to
it
discuss. No, no,
looks
no.
like
It's a whole session. And I will give several
okay.
examples. I have about 7 examples. And
Ah,
a week before that time, I will also
yes, sir.
mention if you think based on we are going to discuss identify limiting belief first. When we discuss identify limiting
All right,
belief, you will tell me, I want you to chat me privately. If you have identified some limiting belief in your life, you want me to factor in. I already identified 7 actually, limiting belief. And we're going to go through a stage. This is what they do in therapy, a step-by-step way to remove it,
all right, sir.
such that even if you discover anyone in your life later, you can also remove it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Because we even mentioned that about the RAS now, the reticular,
Activating
what was
system.
it? Yes, sir.
you said that anytime a belief system that is not what the body recognizes, it will try to block it and fight it out. So
No, no,
now
no, no.
you now
Anytime a thought come that does not align with the belief system, you're not even conscious of it.
Kai,
You're not conscious of it.
Kai.
That's why you go on the road. There is plastic okay, we did a training some times ago. A guy in the class, after we finished, was packing all the plastic bottles for the water that they drank. And was putting it, he came with a Prado Jeep, new one, and was putting plastic bottle inside. I asked the guy, why you packing bottle and put it? Now, I cannot see. He can see because he's a recycler. He recycle plastic. That's his business. So here is a free raw material because he pay for plastic bottle in Lagos. People that pick it up, all those people that pick up and down, he buy from them. Now he's seeing it free.
Wow.
He pack it. Now, my reticular activating system cannot see opportunity in plastic bottle, but his own
Yes, sir.
can see it.
I see it. Wow.
Even though the plastic bottle is with us, that's the way. That is the way. That's the way you are missing out on many opportunities because you can't see it. He believes this can become money because he has made it happen. I do not have that in my reality. So I cannot see the opportunity. So there are so many opportunities around that you can't see because of your belief, because your reticular activating system does not even allow you to be aware of it at all. Talk less of thinking when there's opportunity there.
Oh my God.
So there's so many things happening you are not even conscious of. That's the problem. There are so many things that your frequency and your belief system is hiding from you. There are so many things that your belief system is hiding from you in this life.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's a serious
no wonder. It's a serious issue.
It's a serious issue. There's so many things your belief system is hiding from you. But because you don't even know that is hiding from you, so you can't feel the pain of the loss because you don't even know you have lost something.
So is belief and knowledge working together?
You say what?
Yes, sir. Is belief and knowledge about something, like you having knowledge about something, are they working together?
Very good question. Very good question. Now, it is knowledge that create belief. It is knowledge that create belief. That guy has the knowledge about plastic bottle and the possibilities, so he believes he can turn it to money. That's why he's keying that bottle. So that's why the knowledge you expose yourself to is critical. People that believe money is the root of money, people that believe money is the root of all evil, we never see opportunity to make money. Why? Because either consciously or subconsciously, they believe money is the root of all evil instead of the love of money. So subconsciously, money will move away from them. Why? Because subconsciously, they see money as being evil. They see money as being evil. So opportunity for money, making money will come. They won't even see it. Why? Subconsciously, is hidden from them. So knowledge, when knowledge is a thought, When that thought is covered and anchored with emotion, over time, it becomes a belief. It becomes a belief.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I just enjoy, like, my eyes just need to be open. Oh my God.
That's the idea. That's the idea. That's why I keep expanding this particular sub-series, because I feel it's going to liberate a lot of people. It's going to liberate
it's going to liberate a lot of people. Because a lot of people, they don't even know what they are missing.
Exactly.
So it won't pain them because because they don't even know.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, Sam.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, Sam. Good evening. Yes, go ahead. I can see your hand. Do you want to unmute?
Okay,
You are
good
raising...
evening.
Okay, you're
Good,
raising up your hand.
good evening. Okay, yeah. Thank you for the series. I think what I just want to ask, okay, I believe there's a lot of opportunity in Nigeria, okay, and I see those opportunity, okay, but the issue is how do I take charge and ensure that my manifestation come through that opportunity? For example, I can be going on the street and I can see maybe I can see people learning work, doing something. I say, okay, this is an opportunity. All these people that are learning work, why can't you bring them together, ask them, open a shop for them, help them, and from there you also make money. So it's like everywhere I go, I see opportunity, but I can't make use of that opportunity or
Because you don't have
generate
because
income
you don't
from the
have
opportunity.
because you don't have the operational knowledge to take advantage of the opportunity. Just the way many
Yeah, but okay.
believe in God and the opportunities, the benefit they have in God, but they don't have the operational knowledge to take advantage of that benefit in God.
And make it a reality. For example, now.
Because you need an operational knowledge. So, for example, you need to be able to run a business to be able to make this opportunity become a reality.
So, like, how can you now translate that kind of beliefs or to reality? Because I look at it this way.
Operational knowledge. So, number one, you have the belief that make you to see opportunity. Now, it's not enough to see opportunity. It's also important to have the operational knowledge to make that opportunity a reality. Have you seen people that said, I have idea? They're always full of idea, full of idea, full of idea, full of idea. But they are not able to bring the idea into fruition. Why? Because there is no opportunity. You know, when you have a good idea and you are clear on how to implement it, nobody will tell you to implement it. When there is still an inertia and there is a reluctance, it's because you are not clear on how to implement it. It is the operational knowledge that makes you clear. If I'm meditating and an idea comes to my mind, I'm going to do it within 24 hours. If I don't know how to do it, I can be on the YouTube for the whole day, learning how to do it. So I can implement it. Or look for someone that can teach me if I can't find it online. Because you can't take action unless there's operational knowledge.
Because what I realize is this, okay, that if you want to have a financial breakthrough, even if you are earning 3 million a month, I realize that it's difficult.
It's not difficult.
But
it's not difficult. You don't even need to end that. There is something called the law of duality. The law of duality. Everything is in twos. You have two eyes, but one sight. You have two nose, but one nosary. You have two ears, but one earring. For you to have wealth, to build wealth, you need two things. You need a business, personal, or business as entrepreneur or employee. Because as an employee, you are selling your service. As an entrepreneur, you are creating the service. You're hiring people to create the service. But as a personal, as an employee, you are actually rendering a service. They're paying you. You're an entrepreneur. They're paying you for the service you render. You're selling your time. Now, if you don't do like Joseph, have a percentage you are investing every month over a long period, you can't build wealth. Percentage you are investing, come rain, come shine, every month, compounding, over a long period, you cannot build wealth.
Mm.
So that means even if the person is earning 200K and is saving 50K every month, 600 in a year, 600 in a year. In 10 years, 6 million. When you calculate the compounding of that 6 million, you'll be shocked how much the person will have paid. Let's say if you compound like 10, 15%. Let's now see if now a good investment is getting 20%. You can imagine, or 30%, how much you will have achieved. It's a time game, long-term game.
Mm. Mm.
So if that component
I get you.
If that component of the money working, what you earn is not a profit, it's a margin, because your effort is involved. You earn profit when your effort is not involved. And you need to get to that point as a human being that you make money even when you are asleep. That means even if you are not doing anything, you are earning income. And the way to do that is to have a product that is selling online without your intervention, or you have an investment that is giving return. Your money must be working. As a matter of fact, you should be living in your luxury lifestyle, should be on that, what that money is bringing you. That's how some people can afford a private jet. They can live a luxurious life because what they are spending is not their capital, it's profit. And they can go for someone and spend 5 million because that's profit. And spend 20 million, 50 million because that's profit. They didn't see, wasn't from their sweat and their time. It was from their investment. And that done over period. Now, for you to do this, you must have a level of awareness. Now, as we are talking now, you are getting knowledge. If you think through on this long enough, and this thought is mixed with an emotion of, no, I don't want to be poor in my old age, or emotion of, no, I want to be able to travel for summer with my profit. The feeling of living in luxury without sweat. Now, if that continues in the mind for a long time and it becomes, I believe this is possible. Immediately you believe this is possible, you begin to see opportunity for investment. You begin to look for it. You begin to see opportunity for investment, and you begin to put money in different investments. You begin to put your money in different investments.
Yes. Okay, thank you. But another thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, I believe there is a lot of opportunity in Nigeria.
Yes.
But now, I also know that, okay, to make money easy and faster, the other angle is like this Japa of a syndrome. Okay, I know there are a lot of opportunity, but to access finance or money is not so easy. Okay, either through friend or banks or other things. To invest or as an entrepreneur to invest
you don't need
and
to access
establish.
finance to invest now. If someone is working, he doesn't need to access finance to invest. He can invest his own money now. If he's an entrepreneur, he should start with his own money. You start with his own money. Because,
okay, but if the money is small, for example, you need 5 million to start a business.
That business can be
and
started.
all the time
You can start that business with 100,000. There's always a small way to start. Thinking and waiting for that 5 million will make the person not to start. There's someone that run a microfinance bank. He started by giving 200K, giving 20K to women in market and collecting it back every week with interest. Today, he owns a microfinance bank. So he started a bank with 200,000.
Wow.
So there's always a small way to start. And that's a belief. That's a belief. A belief, immediately you believe there's a small way to start, you begin to see the possibility of that small way to start. But if you don't believe there's a small way to start, you'll be looking for the big money to start. Can you see how belief is influencing what we see and how we act?
That's okay. Because now I look at it this way.
How belief is influencing what we are thinking and how we are acting. If someone believes he needs social amount of capital to start, He will not be able to start. But if you believe there's a small way to start,
Until
we find that small way to start.
and start small and grow into
And grow
it.
it, yes. Can start small and grow fast.
Wow, I get you because I have some friends, okay?
Yes.
I'm relating into this Japan syndrome. Okay, though they have work they're doing in Nigeria, but their belief was that okay, I don't mind going abroad, do any kind of job for 3 or 4 years. With that, I don't mind sleeping in a small apartment, managing with 3 to 4 years. But with that, he will be able to save enough money because of the exchange rate. By the time he keep that money for 3 to 4 years, saving it in Nigeria, he have intention of coming back, but just looking for a way to raise
You know
money.
the problem?
So by the
That
time
sorry to cut you. The mindset that makes him
okay.
to go is the mindset that will make him to lose that money.
Wow.
I
How?
saw a story of someone today who japada like this. Today is driving keke because he lost all the money.
Hmm.
He's driving keke to survive. Okay, because the mindset that made him to go has not changed. It's a poverty mindset. So he will not be
Because
able to
when
make
I
a
now call them
yes.
now, our things over there, see why they are trying, they are making. By now, you're supposed to have start sending money to complete your building.
How
So
will he
yeah,
send it? Where is the money? The money
no, but
after
that
feeding
was the
and
money.
accommodation, what is left is not much. Oh. Some people £100, £200, $100, $200. Look, oh.
But before leaving, he's saying that if it is £100, £60 that can be sending every month back home, at least he believes that thing will go
Now he's
very
not able to
fast.
send it, have you?
No. It wasn't. So I was just wondering what's actually happening.
It's the mindset.
So that means
Why is he saying? Yes,
okay.
why is he saying?
I say, well, they are trying to manage everything. In fact, he say he's working, the wife is working, even the children are working. But even with sending money or it's okay, they well, had one story or the other. One story or the other. In fact, you call them to even get them now is a problem.
Yes, now. Because they need to pay their bill.
So I was not thinking, how long will this person stay over there? It's 2 to 3 years now.
He has entered a vicious cycle. It's not likely going to leave it. It will be tough to come out. Very tough.
But the belief system was that before leaving, talk agreements, okay, don't worry, when at least 50 pounds, I can send it back, then
but
put it in the
the
bank, it
reality
will
on
grow.
ground shows that the amount he's making is not enough to be able to survive. He needs to survive first to be able to send now.
Exactly.
He needs to survive.
Exactly.
He needs to pay his rent. He needs to pay his tax. He needs to pay water bill, light bill, internet. By the time he finish paying.
Nothing again. So
Yeah.
that means if you stay here, you have the right belief systems and you have the right
See the
knowledge.
opportunity exactly. If you have the operational knowledge and you see the opportunity and you take advantage of it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So the issue is not the environment. The issue is the way the person sees himself, his belief about himself and about the environment. It's a terrible belief system.
Thank you.
That makes many people to do those things.
Yeah, you're right. Because people said everything they have, believing that once they
that's
get there,
another very terrible thing some people do.
once they get there, things get better. But well, we've not been there, so but but people are even if you sell all this thing and invest here in Nigeria, can something still come out of it?
You get the point. So that's it.
But
So
they still believe so much that until I get there.
Yes.
But when you now call them, we say it's not easy. Not easy. After 2 years, 3 years,
They need to pay their bill. Oh.
I understand. I understand. Thank you so much.
All
That's just I
right.
want to clarify that
Yeah.
you don't need to start big.
Yes, you need to start.
Yeah.
You need to start.
Because as for me now, I'm looking at okay, because you can't have salary for life. Okay,
It's
one
important
way
you
or the
start doing
other.
something as soon as you can.
Exactly. All right. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Thank you.
We'll still talk. We'll
Okay.
still talk. Thank you. Yeah.
Sandra. Ola. Ola or Sandra, who is there? Ola, Sandra, anybody there? Okay. Look like Ola and Sandra are not with us. We spent over an hour already. Okay,
Good,
Ola
eve-
is there. Go ahead.
good evening, sir.
Yes,
Good
good.
evening, sir. I'm here, but I joined very late.
Okay,
So I'm
okay,
trying to pick from what others are explaining.
okay, okay.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Sandra, are you there? All right.
Good
Okay,
evening, sir.
Sandra. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good
I
evening.
had to wait till this time so that I would ask my question. So I wanted
Okay.
to say thank you for tonight, actually.
Yes.
So my question is belief related to likeness?
Likeness. What do you mean by likeness?
Okay, so why I'm asking this is because some time ago, my boss got a particular brand of vehicle. So
Brand of
that
what?
brand, like a vehicle, a
Okay,
car,
okay.
so a particular brand. So that particular brand, that car made me love the brand. So ever since then, I was saying, "Oh, I like this brand. I like this brand." And so when I go out, I begin to see that kind of vehicle.
That is
On,
exactly what reticular activating system does.
okay, so
Immediately you
I begin to
see
ask myself,
something,
why am I not in?
you believe
Yeah.
that this is a good car. You will like to have this kind of car. So whenever any of similar car pass by, your reticular activating system will let you see it.
Oh,
There are
that's what
many
happened.
cars passing you are not seeing. Not because you are not seeing the
Yeah,
car, but you're not conscious of the type. But now you're now
yeah,
conscious of this type. That's exactly what the activating system does. So it's not likeness. It's like you see this car,
okay,
you fell in love with the car, you want it, you don't mind having it. So what has happened is a thought is combined with emotion in your mind. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yes,
Now, that consciousness is registered, and that's exactly what the reticular activating system will make you to see. You now begin to see
okay,
that kind of car
yes.
because it's registered in your
So,
consciousness.
so is we can't say is related to belief.
No. The activating system let you see anything that you are conscious of, anything that you are emotionally connected with. So it could be belief, it could be a thing. I use the class system for belief because we're discussing belief tonight. But the class system
Yeah,
lets you be aware of anything you have emotion, you are emotionally connected to, like this one. Something that is already ingrained in your mind. It doesn't have to be belief, but it's something that is registered in your mind because you love it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
That's why you're saying it. So you've just described the classical example of how the reticular system make you to begin to become conscious of what has been in your environment all along, but you're not conscious of.
Yes. All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
All right. Thank you very much. See you next week. Have a great weekend. I mean, week ahead, rather. And bye.